After night 1, we get a cutscene from the perspective of an old security tape dated for the 22nd of September 1987 at roughly 2 AM. Stupid candies, burgers, and fries must be American because their dates are wrong, silly them. In front of us sits an empty conveyor belt. Looking around, we see an empty factory floor, except there's one special guest, the puppet. Well, kinda, this universe's puppet is named Vinny. I know it's different to the puppet from FNAF 2, but I feel like design similarities, there might be some copyright infringement. I'm pretty sure the first 3 FNAF games are canon to the Candies universe, so the puppet does exist in the Candies lore. They just look very similar, I guess. Vinny stares out at the dark room before he decides to invade our personal space, which is messed up. Bad Vinny, bad Vinny. He then jump scares us and the screen fades to static. Night 2, baby! Phone Guy explains a bunch of Phone Guy stuff and also explains that the animatronics act really strange around the employees. More specifically, the adults. They're fine with children, but around the employees, they just stare. Phone Guy goes on to say that some of the employees are superstitious morons, so maybe take it with a grain of salt. After Vinny points, Candy and Cindy wake up and stare directly into the camera. I guess? Whatever the hell this means, it's time to move on to night 5. Again, I will talk about what this means in the lore section of the video at the end. I know, I'm not forgetting. Anyways, it's time for the big old night 5. Phone Guy starts off by explaining that he's been instructed by the big boss man to inform us about some of the off-limit areas here at Candies. Next to the parts and service room, there is an off-camera room that doesn't appear on the minimap. The manager says that the off-camera room is just a storage room and to not worry about it, which immediately raises more questions than it answers, but whatever. Night 5 was pretty basic, nothing really new to see, and I beat it first try. Once again, we are back on the conveyor belt. This time, holy 1964. Candy's fucking old.
On the conveyor belt this time sits a brand spanking new version of the original Candy they got, as well as Blank.
Sorry, I thought I had to talk like old-timey because we're back in the fucking Stone Age. Yeah, it's Blank and the original old Candy. Like, it's old Candy, but he's new in this footage. Blank is the guy from the drawing room, in case you forgot as well. Vinny emerges from behind. What is this guy's deal? Why is he still— it's 1964, man! Night 4! Phone Guy rings and quickly tells us that they used to have an older version of Candy before getting these shiny new ones. He was meant to be out of commission ever since he was involved in an incident with a customer. Apparently, the technician has been trying to fix up old Candy for quite some time now for God knows what reason. Phone Guy says that the technician themselves actually warned Phone Guy to warn us that old Candy might start wandering around, and cool. If this is a prominent issue with these characters, why don't they just, like, take its arms and legs off? Anyways, in case it wasn't extremely obvious, Old Candy is on his way. Now, Old Candy is one of 2 animatronics that have no glowy light thing appear at the door, since he's old and shit, I guess. I really like this. I wish they all did this. He is massive, by the way. He's a towering presence. He's very formidable. I think design-wise, he honestly might be one of my favorites, and for the life of me, I can't explain why. He's just a big candy. Anyways, night 4 was